All right, let's get back to the picks President-elect Donald Trump has tapped to fill the key roles in his cabinet. Soon, Pete Hegseth, the nominee for defense secretary, will continue his meetings with lawmakers. Hegseth has faced scrutiny over allegations of sexual misconduct, financial mismanagement, and excessive drinking. And he has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing and told Fox News last night that if he gets the opportunity to serve, quote, he looks forward to being a secretary for all warriors. CBS News political reporter Libby Cathey is in West Palm Beach, Florida for us, right outside Mar-a-Lago, and she joins us now. Libby, what are we hearing from the Trump team about how they view Pete Hegseth's chances of being confirmed?
The Trump team, Liz, projecting confidence that Pete Hegseth will be the next defense secretary, despite some questioning the viability of his nomination just last week. He is back on Capitol Hill today. He met with Joni Ernst yesterday, a key senator in all of this, after meeting with her last week. And Ernst did not commit to supporting him, still has not really, but said she will at least support him through this nomination process. Now, to give a little bit of context, Joni Ernst is herself a 23-year veteran of the Iowa National Guard, served in combat herself like Hegseth. She has a daughter in the Army, and she is also a survivor of sexual assault. So naturally, she's had a lot of questions for Pete Hegseth amid those allegations of, like you laid out, sexual misconduct, excessive drinking, financial mismanagement, and his on-the-record statements disparaging women in the military. As recently as last month on a podcast, he said he doesn't believe women should serve in combat roles. Now, as you also point out, Pete Hegseth did an interview with Sean Hannity last night where he said those comments have been misconstrued, and he is very much looking forward to his confirmation hearing come January. He says he looks forward to speaking under oath, to having those FBI background checks, but the Trump team absolutely standing by their man so far. And I'll also note that Trump senior advisor Jason Miller points out that no Republican senators so far have come out and said they will not support any of these picks, only that they are still asking questions with still 6 weeks to go in this transition process, Liz.
All right, Libby, I want to move on, though, to Tulsi Gabbard, the nominee for Director of National Intelligence. She made an appearance on the Hill and faced fresh questions about her 2017 visit to Syria amid the overthrowing of Bashar al-Assad over the weekend and his regime. Here's what she said about that.
I want to address the issue that's in the headlines right now. I stand in full support and wholeheartedly agree with the statements that President Trump has made over these last few days with regards to the developments in Syria.
Libby, give us a little bit of background. Why is her relationship with Syria coming into question now? And how could this complicate the confirmation process?
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard, Trump's pick for intelligence chief, facing fresh scrutiny on Capitol Hill this week because of her close proximity with Russian-backed allies in Syria and Bashar al-Assad himself, that 24-year dictator who recently ousted just over the weekend, really Monday morning. So Tulsi Gabbard facing questions on Capitol Hill about her relationship with Assad and exactly that 2017 secret meeting she made to Syria as a congresswoman to meet with Assad. And this was in the midst of that nation's civil war when Assad was using chemical weapons on his own people. Now, Gabbard ignored questions about that trip yesterday in the hallways of Capitol Hill. She did make a statement exiting a meeting with the senator and says that she stands with President-elect Trump when it comes to Syria. Over the weekend, Trump said the U.S. should stay out of Syria. But this also raises questions for the some 900 U.S. troops currently stationed there. What does this mean for them? But the bottom line with Gabbard and this pick for intelligence chief is that some Democrats believe Gabbard herself could be a Russian plant. They have said she could be compromised. These are questions she will have to answer at her confirmation hearing come January. She, of course, Gabbard, rejects these characterizations and these labels. But with the ousting of Bashar al-Assad over the weekend, absolutely facing fresh scrutiny for empathetic and sympathetic comments she has made towards Russia and Syria. And people questioning, should she be trusted with the nation's top secrets, Liz?
And Libby, Trump's other pick to lead the FBI, Kash Patel, also holding meetings on Capitol Hill today. Patel says he will completely overhaul the FBI and has a known disdain for Washington elites. How is he being received on Capitol Hill?
Yeah, Liz, it's funny. If you would have asked me a few weeks ago who of these candidates, these picks would be less received on Capitol Hill, we might say Kash Patel because of how you laid out. He has this book listing some 60 political enemies. He believes in this so-called deep state out to get Trump. However, he so far has received less backlash, less controversy than Pete Hegseth and Tulsi Gabbard on the Hill this week, seemingly to be well received by the senators he has met with so far. He met with 5 senators yesterday. He met with Senator Lindsey Graham today, or is meeting with him. And I spoke to a source who is with Kash Patel on the Hill and says that these meetings are going well. Now, the biggest question about his confirmation is that he's going after a position that currently is held by someone who still has 3 years left on his term. FBI Director Chris Wray was appointed by Trump in 2017 to a 10-year term. Now Trump has made clear he wants to install Kash Patel into that role, and said in an interview with Kristen Welker over the weekend that it should seem pretty obvious, Trump said, that Chris Wray will either have to step down or that Trump will fire him to make way for Kash Patel, who our sources say is being pretty well received on the Hill today, Liz.
All right, CBS News political reporter Libby Cathey in West Palm Beach, Florida for us. Thanks so much, Libby.